Okay, this episode is about the regulations on federal lands, camping areas, about recreational pot, marijuana, smoking it, and stuff like that. I'm in California, and it's been legal here for recreational use since 2018. But when you're on BLM lands, Bureau of Land Management, or you're in the national park, or you're in the national forest, that's federal land, and the laws are totally different. So even though the state's saying, well, it's legal for recreational use, if you're camping in a federal campground, it isn't. Okay, and here's actually on this bulletin board here, I'm going to show you close up. Okay, attention visitors. Effective January 1st, 2018, the state of California enacted legislation to make possession and recreational use of marijuana legal. Under federal law, possession and use of marijuana and marijuana derivatives is still illegal on federally managed lands such as this recreation site, and may result in criminal or administrative actions being taken against violators. And it's got a pot plant. It's hard to see. It's all faded here. Pot plant in the back there. Okay. So, the ranger is a federal agent. The park ranger. If it's a national forest, national park, Bureau of Land Management, those rangers can arrest you if you're smoking pot. Even if you're in a state like California, and now Arizona, the adjacent state on the other side of the Colorado River, they just legalized recreational use of marijuana also. Same thing goes in Arizona. If you're on federal land, it's still illegal. Now the wind just kicked up, and they're probably going to have a hard time hearing me. But I'm going to go down to the trailer, go inside, and talk about the rest of the laws specifically. But anyway, this is 2021, and now Arizona, it's legal also. So California and Arizona. But one of the laws I looked into is if you're in California and you drive into Arizona and you had some pot in your car, it's illegal. You can't transport it across state lines. Even though both states it's legal in, you still are not allowed to cross state lines with pot. So keep that in mind. Okay. Now I'm just doing this to make, to let you know these laws on when you're camping and stuff. I don't smoke pot. I don't do any drugs. I don't even take medications from doctors. And I'm in my 60s. I feel sorry for people that have to take medications and stuff, but I stay away from them. Even if I'm in pain, I don't even take aspirin. Okay, I'm going to go inside, finish up this episode. I wrote some notes here. Okay, I got my air conditioning going. It's hitting over. It's in May. It's hitting my thermometer outside only goes up to 120, and it's going above that. So I don't even know how hot it's getting now. It's definitely over 120 in the sun. There's no shade. I take it, they're saying it's like 97 in the shade, but it's like 20 to 25 degrees hotter in the sun. Okay, let me just finish up this short episode. Okay, cannabis. I'll just shine this out point this out the window and read this stuff off. Okay, cannabis is still considered a Schedule I controlled substance banned under federal law, and possession is a felony offense. But typically, The government only goes after those who are growing large quantities or are dealing it or smuggling large quantities. Okay, so that's kind of what they're focused on. So the odds are Ranger's not going to bust you because you and your friends are smoking a joint. Okay, here's another one. There is no federal funding for the Department of Justice to prosecute marijuana offenses if the state law says it's legal. So if you're in California and you got a joint, they're not going to prosecute you because the state's saying it's okay. The same thing with Arizona now. Okay. Now, but here's the other thing. The federal law does consider both medical use, where you have a permit from a doctor, and recreational use, the same offense. So they can prosecute you, and the offenses are pretty bad. Okay, if you're caught on federal property with 100 plants or more, the minimum sentence is 5 years in jail. If you're caught growing marijuana 1,000 plants or more, and it doesn't even have to be on federal property, it could be in your backyard. 1,000 plants or more, a minimum 10 years in prison. Now, both of those offenses, federal offenses, are doubled if you have a previous felony drug charge. So theoretically, let's say you had a couple acres of pot growing and the feds cracked down on you, and you had a previous drug charge, you could spend 20 years in jail. So, okay. Now, the other laws is the state laws. Okay, California law, it's legal to have recreational use now. It was legal for medical. Now it's since 2018, it's recreational use is legal too. 21 years or older, you can use, carry, and grow cannabis in your home. It is illegal to cross state lines with pot, even if the state that you're going into is legal. I mentioned that already. You're allowed to have up to 1 ounce of pot on your possession. You're allowed to carry it, use it, have it in your home, whatever. And you're allowed up to 6 plants, to grow 6 plants in your home. Okay, that's California law. Arizona law is almost the same. The only difference I saw was if you have 2 or more adults living in your home, you're allowed to grow up to 12 plants. But, you have to be 21 or over, and you're allowed up to 1 ounce legally. Okay. I think that's about it. I just thought people should know, if you're camping in national forest, or you're in a national park, or you're in Bureau of Land Management, BLM lands, those are all federal properties. All federal properties, it's illegal. So just always remember that. And, so I thought this would be helpful. So anyway, this is Eagle Eric in the Sonoran Desert of Southern California. I have one more dentist appointment in Mexico tomorrow, and then I'm heading north. It's just way, way too hot. There's nobody out here but me. Nobody's foolish enough to be out in the desert in May, in the Sonoran Desert. It's going to be even in the 130s, within a couple of weeks. So I'm going to be heading north to Flagstaff. It's like 30 degrees cooler. It's in the 70s. Beautiful up there. So anyway, this is Eagle Eric signing off.